All right, this is the intro for the last part of the top 5 prospects. If you don't know what we're talking about, part 1 is actually, I put 2 fingers, but part 1 is actually already uploaded. So listen to that before you listen to this one. We're just continuing our list and finishing up our list. And there's a lot of good stuff. So I think we're with Will right now. What are you thinking right now?
Hold on, before, and again, this is not financial advice. To do your own research, figure out what you want to do, listen to us, hate what we have to say, whatever you guys want to do.
Damn. I was going to just put all my money into all the prospects you're into.
Oh, sweet. I would lose a lot of money.
Yeah. Preface again, just reminder, if you didn't watch the first one, I'm giving a prospecting list because it's a fun question, but I personally don't prospect, so.
Cool.
Yay.
All right.
So now my ultimate choice, which everyone should listen to.
All right. What's your ultimate choice?
I got to go with Adringa.
Okay.
Again, as we talked about in part 1, like the Brighton pipeline is really hot.
Yeah.
He's also getting game time with Brighton, which I think is really big. You always wonder when coming back from loan whether the manager will favor them or not, and I think we're seeing that. And then, he's already gotten a goal in the Prem. He's off the mark, and I think that Brighton, he's showing that he can face off against the Brighton wingers, which are really impressive. And they're going to need him because of the European competition. So I think he'll actually get game time this year, which is going to be very big and pivotal for him. And he's only in one set, which is just Merlin this year.
Yeah. What do you think about that, John?
Can you look up a single price for like an out of 250 for a second?
250?
Yeah.
I think his out 250 is actually relatively cheap.
Is it?
$10 for out 250.
Okay. That's not that bad then.
That's actually really cheap.
Yeah.
It's actually a good play, honestly.
Because I was thinking like a lot of eyes are on Boniface, who I think deserves it also.
Yeah, he's scoring like a lot.
Yeah.
I think a Dinger just has a lot left to prove to like invest personally. I
I
mean,
think he's so like
it's cheap.
ignored right
It's
now.
cheap.
He's so ignored right now.
Agreed.
That's what I think. He's right now in the shadow of Boniface from that set. That I think he's quite interesting, and also he's already in the Prem, which I put a lot of like props to.
Yeah, I guess I'm a little worried. Like, I don't know too much about his goal contribution.
I think it's like 3 goals or something.
Is it?
3 goal
Okay.
contributions.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I can pull it up right now.
It's like 2 goals and an assist maybe.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Because you definitely need that where to have you carry his prices to make it make sense. I think fast wingers or very talented wingers. I've just watched him play too. Unfortunately, I don't know his advanced stats, but I don't know if we get into the Doku situation, right?
Hey, I mean, he had his time eventually.
Doku had his time eventually. I think right now, I think if you're going to play it, Adingra, it seems like a short-term thing. Like, I don't know the long-term.
I don't even know if it's a short-term thing because I think with the new set releasing, the prices still have a little bit to stabilize unless he's going to get, like, God forbid something happens to, like, a Matoma or someone on the wings where he's going to get significant minutes and they have so much depth. I'm saying eventually, but, like, you almost have to bank on something like that happening. And, I mean, you could, again, I think if you want to invest, get something at a 25-ish or lower if you can get it for a good price.
I wouldn't. Bro, you're saying you could spend $5 for a numbered card?
And
then this is only rookie?
You'd spend $5 for an out of 250.
Yeah, for his only rookie?
I'll add also.
That's quicker to go 5 to 10 than like 100 to 300.
I think you could get like his stuff to like the 30s. I wouldn't be surprised. Also, for context, just the detailed stats. He's made 9 appearances. He's played 486 minutes. He has 2 goals, 1 assist. He can play on both wings.
Okay.
I was right on with the 3 goal contributions.
Yeah,
Look at
look at
me.
you, dude.
I didn't even look at them up.
You've been on.
I've been on one.
Yeah.
You've been on, bro.
Did my research, man.
You did your research.
But I think also another thing is he's on a high enough profile team where people like.
Yeah, Brighton tax.
Yep.
Yeah, enough said. You know. Sorry to interrupt though.
No, continue, please.
Oh, yeah. No, I actually would. I would love to double down though. Like it is interesting to me. His speckles, his cracked ice atomics are only go for $5. That is actually a legitimate play. That is like what you could be doing so many more dumber things.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you could grade it, you can hold it, sell it for $10 later on. It's his only rookie. The price differences you see Verts is still selling for like his tier 1 is like $800 for a PSA 10. It's like that's a lot for a soccer card.
It is.
You know, so I think Adingra is a good shout.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
I guess my only concern is I don't know if I think it's actually more risky with his high like his lower stuff.
Lower
out
or
10s.
higher stuff? Oh,
It's
lower
out-
numbered.
Like lower number. Like I think it's out 10. I feel like if you're paying a lot, I don't know exactly how much he's going for.
I think an out of 25 does like 75.
Yeah, I mean
That's
still,
the reason why I shouted it.
out 75. Yeah, but even like an out 10, because I'm looking at Boniface. I know he's expensive now.
Yeah, I know
He's mad expensive.
He's very
Sold,
expensive.
sold some stuff too low.
Hey yo, that's us, man. That's what we do here. All right, John, for number 3 on you.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. I'm gonna do Katarina Macario.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna go into U.S. Women's National Team.
Dang. Okay.
So, in my opinion, there's a few like the old guard for the U.S. Women's National Team is on its way out relatively. I mean, Morgan's still going to be on the team. They're looking for the next face, right? You have Sophia Smith, you have Rodman. People kind of forget one of Macario's rookies is this year. She's in Select, she's in IMAC, she's in like a few different sets. I think it's like 6 sets, but relative, like compared to the other players, she's significantly less. She had her ACL injury, which is why she wasn't able to make the World Cup. Plays on both wings. I did a little bit of I watched some of her highlights, which that's one of my favorite things to do with some of these players because it's you see the best situation with them. But her Stanford highlights playing in college was like watching literally just someone worlds above everybody else just dominate. It was just insane to watch. I think she has the ceiling to be the best and women's national team player out there and the face of the team. And now she just transferred to Chelsea, which with Sam Kerr, she's recovering from the injury still, but she'll be healthy relatively soon, hopefully. I think the eyes that are going to be on that team are going to be high. She's playing in Champions League. She's already won a Champions League. I think she's one of the 6 Americans that have won Champions League to any capacity, including Pulisic in that list. So she's already done a lot. Her goal contributions that year were like 30 or something like that in the 21-22 season where they won the UCL. I mean, I'm a big believer in the women's market long term. I've always talked about it. If you want to hedge your bets a little bit and go after somebody, Smith is already priced pretty high. Rodman's priced relatively high. People kind of forget about Macario. And I think she has the ceiling to be better than both of them.
So do you think she could be the face of USA?
I really do.
That's you're talking Alex Morgan.
Yeah, I really do.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's her or Smith that's going to be those two, but I think both can be on the pitch at the same time depending on the next coach for the team. I mean, she's incredible to watch. It's just...
Yeah. I think my concern with her is that she has a decent amount of sets for a woman's player though. I guess sets or colors would you recommend if you were gonna go in that realm?
I mean, I think you can...
I'm looking at her higher end. Her higher end is really high. Her 1-of-1 raw. I don't know. Is that
No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not.
Okay. I know you have a 1-of-1.
It's a different 1-of-1.
But I think for context, John has a bag of Macario. I think that's really. That's important to say.
Yeah, it is. It is. I also I'm personally investing in her. I'm not trying to plug the
market.
market.
About her actually.
Oh yeah, she sucks. Don't buy any of her cards. Not great at all. No, just
her 1-of-1 select. Sold for $2,600.
Yep.
That's a lot of money for.
It is.
That's a lot. Just for not even just women's players. It's just in general for soccer.
Yep. That wasn't me, to be fair.
But okay.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a different. It's the same set, different tier.
Yeah, she has a kabooms as well. Her reds go for a decent amount as well.
I think you could get.
I guess it's tough for me right now to see how buying her, especially when is she coming back?
Relatively soon, probably a month or so.
Okay,
she's on the tail end of the ACL.
Okay. So,
but also players recover from ACLs relatively consistently.
Now
with
it's
the women's game.
Yeah. But there's a clear runway, I guess. You could probably start looking into Macario.
My whole thing is compared to a lot of the other players, where Rodman and Sophia Smith
that's
are
what you
getting
look
all
at.
the buzz.
You're comparing Rodman and Sophia Smith, and you're like, oh, Macario has that gap right there.
Yeah, because everyone forgot about her because she was in the. I can guarantee if you go to a show and there's women's cards out, not many people have Macario out. That's what I'm saying. People are like, oh, she got injured. No one remembered her in the World Cup. She didn't play. Also, I think her going to Chelsea is a incredible team. Their coach is amazing. I think when you look at who I'm personally investing in, and I'm saying this because I'm doing it myself, I think she has the capability. And I mean, I'm also a collector and I love this stuff. So at the end of the day, I think if I'm going to invest in somebody from the women's side, I think she's super interesting. because I think her ceiling is super high.
Yeah, she has a Donruss as well.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. USA kit. So I don't know about the Leon kit. I guess there's a lot of questions like, do you go for USA kit, Leon
USA
kit?
I'll go USA
Leon
kit.
kit kind of just.
I mean,
You buy it, but you don't put the premium in there.
no, I would say like you can make an argument whenever the Chelsea kit stuff comes out that could be a little bit higher, just because with you're going to associate at some point. Honestly, Boley was really smart. He bought Macario and Me Official, who are both Americans, to try to get the American in Chelsea thing going, and I think it's going to be working pretty well because Official's also really good.
Yeah, maybe looking for Select.
I think
Macario
Select is
might
where
be-
I would personally target. I think you could get like oranges for relatively cheap. Like oranges, like the out of 60s, I believe is the numbering, for like 20 to 30.
Yeah, orange is such a funky
Yeah,
color.
but you could probably even get like, I don't know. There's probably some out of 25s. The zebras could be an interesting play. That can't be more than like 75 to 50. And I think that everyone knows what a zebra is. Like everyone's gonna collect that.
Not cow print.
No,
Nah.
Moo print.
Any thoughts, Will, on Macario?
No, it makes a lot of sense, but I personally don't know a lot about
Yeah.
that side. So like something I'm still working on, so I don't feel like
Still working on.
I don't feel
He's
like
learning.
I can
I'll
like
give full
fully
credit.
comment on it.
No,
Just the way you answered it was funny. All right, so you're number 4.
My number 4, you guys are gonna laugh.
Leo
at me.
Messi?
Yeah,
if you say Messi,
you know he just won his 8th
Yeah.
floor. You know,
the best rookie out there.
Yeah. I was looking at stuff and I was kind of debating on putting this kid on here, but
This child.
I gotta put Bukayo Saka, man. I told you guys would laugh.
People are gonna flame me for this Macario and word steak. We're going with Sokka. All right. Well, okay. Well,
I said
what,
we shouldn't do anything obvious.
Is that obvious? Would you say that's obvious?
Bro, he's passed.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Give your spiel.
Okay, maybe. Okay.
Maybe I need to hear it, right?
All
I need
right.
to hear it. Right, John?
yeah,
We gotta hear it.
We gotta do our
All right.
research.
Oh, if you're adding verts, anyway.
Oh!
Will.
All right. Let's hear him out.
Okay. One is I think that his like you look at his like 2020 Merlin and stuff like that. He especially his like PSA 9s are like still incredibly cheap. Like still like blue out of 75 went for like $60 as a PSA 9. Gold raw went for like 119. He's producing a lot, but I think he still has a lot of room to grow. He has that right wing on lock, left wing on lock. And then also just like the fact that he's Arsenal kid, he's going to be captain at some point, like, or vice captain. I think Arsenal has a shot, you know, knock on wood, like to possibly win the Prem. That's going to go big. And I just do think that like, it just doesn't make sense to me, like his like cards on the lower end, like his lower, like higher numbered stuff. I mean,
Well, what did the Red Wave Merlin sell for pre-World Cup? BGS 9.5.
oh no, the PSA 9, it went for 530. I know.
Yeah.
that.
What did the one sell for?
The BGS 9.5?
Yeah.
1300.
Okay. There we go.
No, I know. And I don't
You
think
just
it's-
said it.
No, I know this. And this is why I'm debating it. But when you look at like
I
not
agree.
the high end stuff, I feel like the high end is starting to move. You see that with like the Pitch Kings and all of that. But like there's still a lot of his cards that don't move. Like his gold is still, his 2020 Merlin gold is still like 120 raw, like gold atomic. His blue PSA out of like 9 is
Where should they
75.
be?
Like I think like the blue should be at least like past 100, like 110. Like you can get his purple for like $7 as a PSA 9.
Well,
like-
that's the purple though.
Yeah, I know, but
What-
I'm
what,
saying
what,
it-
the golds do 120. You said.
yeah.
You know, Musiala's does like 200, right? For gold.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I'm not trying to show you.
No.
It's just like
I
that's
just-
a wild shout.
I know.
He's an amazing talent. It's just like
I think he's already there.
yeah.
I think he has
No,
another
I think
gear.
you're right from what you're saying. Okay, so I think what you're saying is right, but I don't think it's the correct answer for this question.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
that
We can redact this. This could just be a
no,
funny.
just go for it. It's fine.
No, you go in it, man.
Go-
Like,
go
All
off,
right.
Queen.
defense
Go
star
off.
boy.
Also, when you look at his goals,
Yeah.
most of his goals and contributions come as either the equalizer or the game-winning one. He's a player that is able to produce. He's played 9 games. He has 4 goals, 3 assists. Like, I think he can be like I feel like his next gear is like solid, like peak solid level.
Do you think? Well, would you rather go for a Merlin or would you rather go for the 2019 Chronicles stuff? If you're investing in him.
So, like obviously I'm a Gooner. I have some soccer cards.
You are.
I like
that.
Merlin, but I think the Pitch Kings makes more sense.
Okay.
I think like that's his true rookie. He has one true rookie. I don't like the look of it, but like that's a personal bias.
Yeah, that's a weird one. It's a weird looking card.
Well, Saka. It's a process.
17-year-old Bukayo Saka. All right. Can I go next?
Yeah, John,
All right.
please.
Takafusa Kubo.
Oh, Kubo.
Yep. So he has
He's been killing it.
Believe it or not, he has more goal contributions across all competitions this year than Matoma. Just wanted to. I did not believe that statistic. I think he has 9 versus Matoma's 8. He only has 2019 Chronicles, I believe. There may be another set, but I'm not 100% sure. This is more of a long-term thing for me because I really think Japan is going to make a lot of noise in the next World Cup. Their team is stacked. They got Matoma, Furuhashi, Kubo, Sugawara, Hatate, Tomiyasu. Like
They've been doing good. They've been doing really well.
Japan looks really good. I think they could make they're my dark horse team for the next World Cup. I mean, there's 2, but I don't want to talk about Ecuador in this one. I think Kubo doesn't have a lot of stuff. You get his stuff for really cheap. I think his rookie tickets are like $15, and I think he's gonna make a transfer relatively soon.
He's been linked with Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal. I think Liverpool as well.
Yeah, Liverpool as well. Yeah.
I don't know. I think Kubo's really interesting. He's killing it this year. Again,
Isn't Endo Japanese as well?
he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. That's who I'm going for. And they just have a lot of like young talent coming through, like the Bundesliga. That's who I'd personally be looking into. I haven't seen a lot of his numbered 2019 stuff come out, but that could be an interesting play.
He also has Pitch Kings, which is also interesting.
Exactly, the
which
Pitch
are
Kings.
super condition sensitive.
100%.
One other shout I'll give is also like, I wonder if there will be the like anime effect, because Blue Lock is like a soccer anime that's really big and like getting really popular right now. And like so that can like actually like change like interest. Like there was a very popular volleyball anime called Haikyuu, and then you saw participation rates of high school volleyball actually rise in Japan, like statistically. And Blue Lock it looks to be like it's a sports anime on some Dragon Ball Z shit.
Okay.
And it's really popular and it's growing, and I know a lot of people like it. I follow it like weekly, and it's super sick.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I think ever since like
Last thing, the manga artists of Blue Lock made the Japanese World Cup kit.
That's pretty dope. I didn't know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was him and another mangaka that did it. It's actually wild. So like you see that even in the cover pages, it showed like the main characters in like the Japanese kit, the Germany kit, the Spain kit, like the Costa Rica kit, like as like just like the group stages. So I do think that there's a cultural relevance as also anime's becoming more mainstream.
Yeah, Kubo had a really big following in 2019. He was like part of that like crazy class.
Yeah, I mean, what?
Well, now it's kind of a little different.
I mean, it's still, you got a pretty
Yeah, Liao is still there.
Greenwood still got Vlahovic. King and Lee is interesting too.
Vlahovic definitely like just kind of like unfortunately, right? Like it's just how it is sometimes. It's hard to keep up with the expectations.
Yeah, the 2019 Chronicles. I mean, you got Mount in there too. Whatever, whoever wants to. No, I'm just like
you're right.
I mean, the rookie tickets are interesting.
You ain't wrong. So, but yeah, Kubo stuff is there's nothing going on.
It's like dirt cheap.
They're dirt cheap. I guess my issue is he has to get that transfer.
Yeah, he will.
So it's like, do you believe in that? But he's playing for
Sociedad,
right? Sociedad will sell him off.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, they will.
Just like, is there a team that's willing to pay that price and really believe in him?
So I think his market value is like 50 or something like that.
That's a lot.
It is. I don't know. I'm just saying. But like, I don't know. My thing is like he's had an incredible season so far.
Yeah, and Sociedad's still in Europe, right?
It's in. I gotta double check on that actually.
One thing I'd be worried about with Kubo is if he makes a big jump, if he's coming in as a second string winger or not. And I think like Brian saying, that trust aspect is really big because I think he does deserve to be a first choice winger. But if he goes to like say like a Liverpool or something, like I don't know if he'd be first string.
Yeah, he's still really young.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
My whole thing is like, I think Japan's going to make a deep run in the World Cup, like in the next World Cup. I think he can be the face along with Furuhashi and Matoma of that team, and I don't know. I think there's his prices are so low that I think
There's so much upside.
there's a lot of upside.
Yeah. No, Kubo is a really good shout, especially because you see the sunny effect.
Mm-hmm.
Like once you get to like a certain level, you're just collectible. You know what I mean? Like Sun could literally just have the worst season ever. He'll still have a collector base.
And there really isn't like that for Japan yet. Like Matoma's the closest.
Matoma's getting close. Yeah.
Getting close, but I don't think it's sealed like it is for some.
And there's big card collectors in Japan. Mm-hmm. Huge collectors, and there's some of the best card shops in Japan.
Still want to go to one.
Yeah.
I got to go for sure.
So it's all the makings of it. So that's a good shout, man.
I did my research.
Yeah, you did your research, bro. I like that. Try to push back. Yeah, he's just too cheap. Just too cheap. So, all right. So we're moving on. What number are we at? We're at number 5.
I'm gonna go with Zaire Emery.
Okay.
Interesting.
I gotta honor
Damn.
TT on this.
You're really. It's a very hype week for Zaire Emery. Okay.
No, I've been thinking about it. One is I think TT has a good eye. I don't know whether he's like a great coach. He's doing really well with the France under 21s. He's coaching Zaire Emery.
Okay.
He's and he said Zaire Emery's like been one of the most impressive players he's seen in recent times, being like as physically developed for a 17-year-old. I know Zaire Emery's in a lot of sets, so I think there's a lot of opportunity to get some of his stuff, even his like lower number stuff. Like I think I saw his reg go for maybe $100 or something like that.
Okay.
And the other thing is once Mbappe leaves, right? We're assuming Mbappe leaves PSG this summer. Who's going to be one of the main players on that team? And I do think it's him. And he's only 17, and I think that's what's really interesting. Obviously, the con is he's in a lot of sets. He's in all the sets, but again, he is in my opinion, he has that maturity. He's physically developed, so he can transfer to a more physical dominant league. He's getting coached by my king, Thierry Henry, and
keep going, man. Just keep
and
blazing.
I think he's kind of the equivalent of. He feels to me like the equivalent of if Tells was in all of the sets, that young player that is getting consistent game time.
I think my concern is that he's a more central.
He's a central midfielder.
He doesn't score.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's an incredible talent. There wasn't anything that I disagreed with there. Plus,
No.
Yeah, he's great. Don't give me
fuck ton of sets.
This is not soccer analysis.
Yeah,
it's not footy analysis. This is card/soccer analysis.
Because you can make a case hey, the last big midfielder that's not Jude or Musiala that are more attacking focused is Camavinga, and Camavinga's prices in comparison to the rest are just a notch lower because he's more defensive minded.
He doesn't score.
Yeah, he doesn't score. He's not as good.
You said his red so far 100?
Something like that.
Yeah,
right?
let's just say
that's still cool though.
Let's just say 100.
Yeah.
For example, I literally was looking at Dingra's. It's sold for 150.
Yeah.
And Dingra only has freaking one card.
Yep.
So I would say that's too much.
That's fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And honestly, if Mbappe leaves PSG,
that team's gonna be rough.
who's watching PSG?
I mean,
no, for real.
No, I mean,
in the card hobby, right? It will take a huge hit on everybody's stock.
Yeah.
Unless they become perennial challenge.
I'll just make a case. It's already difficult to watch PSG.
Nah, they're actually fun to watch.
No, not physical, to actually.
Oh yeah. French league,
the
French
league.
League One literally does not. They don't know how. They don't share licenses, so you can't watch highlights.
That's what I meant more than physically watching the team.
So, yeah. I like Zaire Emery. I think he's sick. It's just hard for me to really stand by that.
No, I totally.
I think that's a stretch. I would take Saka over.
Really, that's a better take. Wow, that's
bright young player, a lot of upside.
He has a lot to prove.
Let's put in the comments. What was my worst take? I wonder what.
That's
it
not
was.
a bad take. Well, it's just for the question. It's just me saying Jude's a good person to buy. It's obvious.
I think it's still right. It's just but yeah, Zaire Emery is a little. He's gonna be a baller. Let's get that right. But he has a lot of sets, though, man. That makes it hard for me to say yes right now. And the fact that we've seen what happens to box, or even like an advance, right?
Yeah.
You look at Odegaard. It's not like his stuff is like popping off. It's still pretty expensive, but not like.
I think that's more from like the Arsenal captain standpoint, though. So you're right on that.
So yeah, sorry, Will.
Sorry, I didn't do my research.
It's okay. I'm mad, just disappointed.
Yeah, it's okay.
No. I think Zaire Emery is a good shot though, because I know there's actually people that PC Zaire Emery.
No, he's a really good player. It's same with Kamavinga. Like
They're
any of
both
these
ballers.
defensive like
Chouameni, bro.
Chouameni.
But he's not
look
like
at Chouameni's prices, dog.
Yeah. Though that Chouameni's more defensive mid.
But still, Chouameni was like, I mean, he barely had cards.
That's actually a conversation though, because Chouameni isn't in a lot of rookies. I think his only rookie is actually
Merlin. He has
Merlin, and then he has the World Cup.
That's
true defensive mid is really hard. That's like
Yeah.
That's
but
like
he
saying
was still
like,
kind of
Rodri.
he's still kind of touted as like a center mid though, right? So it's like
He's less of an Enzo, more of like a Kamavinga.
oh, well, don't get me started with Enzo.
No,
That's
in
fine.
terms of like the play styles,
yeah,
I guess.
what I'm trying to say. Enzo's a little crazy one, but hey, for each their own, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's close it out. I hope you have a better 5 than that.
Yeah. Oh, so I was oscillating between two. I think I'm gonna shout out Kavicha. I think he still has a lot to prove. I still think he's had a rough year. Napoli isn't the same.
He's picking up.
He's been injured. He's picked it up though. Only like 2 rookies, Chronicles and Serie A. His prices are really high, so I didn't want to go with that. But I did want to shout him out because I think that he makes that transfer. He's the makings of being someone super special. And I mean, you passed the eye test with you, right? Like he's a freak. He's incredible. I think the sneaky one I think is Nkunku. So Nkunku is only in I think 4 sets. He's coming back from injury. Chelsea, if they actually do turn it around and make a run, and like can actually get into Europe, which is beyond like surprising. I think Nkunku's going to be that guy because they built that whole team around Nkunku. Nkunku immediately gets injured, and they're not the same team. They buy a lot of players. It hasn't been working out. But your main striker that they bought to put the ball in the back of the net, who's had a track record of doing so, he comes back and actually does something with that team. He's still relatively. I think his auto from Top's Finest is like less than $10, like $10 to $20. Also, Benzema's not going to be for France, like be the French striker go forward. It's probably going to be Nkunku, and maybe they put Mbappe there, whoever. But like, it depends on how they play. I think Nkunku could be that guy that you see a run up if Chelsea starts scoring because of him. That could be the thing.
Wow. I'm trying to digest it right now. I'm trying to.
He's only in 4 sets.
Tell you what, that definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah,
I was not expecting
I
that.
was
trying to throw a surprising one in there.
I don't disagree he's not on there, but I feel like there's other people that could be on there.
Yeah, I mean, I have other people on here. It's just like.
But you think that
I think if you're looking for someone to invest in the short term and potentially bank on a run up, you can buy some of his stuff for. If we want to talk about like Adingra being in 1 set, like Nkunku's in Bundesliga. Like let's go through Bundesliga Chrome, Sapphire, Tier 1, and UEFA Finest. That is it for his rookie, and they don't even have the RC logo on it. It's just what people consider as his rookies. Tier 1, he has an auto.
Bro. He's
Finest
25 too, bro.
The age is my big
That's
concern.
a little tough for me. That's a little tough for me.
I mean, it's still.
He's cheap.
I will say,
he's cheap.
if I'm talking about players that are in the 19 to 23 in terms of sets, so that's why I included Nkunku.
Yeah, no, I'm just.
I don't know.
My concern is he's 25.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to be scoring at an elite rate. Like
He needs like 25 goals.
I mean,
year after year.
Yeah.
well,
Like these tells actually a better bang for your buck, right?
Well, that's why I put him first.
Yeah, I know.
I will say, if he brings Chelsea to Europe single-handedly, because right now no one's scoring on that team. There's very few players.
Fair.
Do you think his prices will go up?
For sure.
That's
a lot of ifs, man. Like
I mean,
you're telling me that he's going to change systemically. He's going to change the whole entire system.
When the system was based off him, yeah, the system was legitimately based off him. Like as the striker, as the main focus. Now they have Nicholas Jackson who can't put the ball in the net. He's had 2 goals this year. That team scored 10 goals this entire season. It's tough, man.
I mean, this is gonna be an epic.
I'm not saying Chelsea's going to be the best team in the world.
No.
And I'm not, like, by
you're
any
saying
means a
like
Chelsea
if they
fan.
get to Europe, it would be incredible.
It would be like, in my opinion, surprising, incredibly surprising.
It'll be incredible.
Yeah.
Wow,
As
and Cuckoo, wow, that's wild. Okay.
I could go through the other people on the
What do you
list.
think?
Too,
Yeah,
but-
we'll do some quick little honorable mentions.
you say what you want to say first.
yeah.
Well, Will's like making all these faces actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm concerned one about obviously Brian mentioned the age, but also like
Age got it.
the yeah. You want me to mention that again? No, I know, but it is a big thing. Like age does really matter. Like that's why, like he's just not a young player, and the hobby doesn't like that.
People still buy Kolomawani. He's 24.
Not like that though.
People buy Kolomawani's prices are much higher than Nkunku's.
But he also hasn't made the transfer. Like that's the thing is he's going to be set in Chelsea for like years now. Like he's not going to be moving. The team overall like is just not impressive. And even though it was built around him, when you look at preseason, they were playing a lot of him being like it was centered around him, but also with Nicholas Jackson on the field, and Poch was playing with both, which means that you're going to see they're going to kind of feed off of each other's goals. So I think that's the big thing. I see him playing more of a hold-up thing with, like, you know, Mudryk on the wing, coming through the wing and stuff like that. So I don't see him as being that, like, sole prolific striker as you would see from, like, you know, like a Benzema or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I think so tactically, I'm just concerned about that. Obviously, just the squad itself hasn't been impressive this season.
Accurate.
And then I think also, like, I hate to say this, but, like, the no RC logo really hurts. Like, I think
It does hurt.
Like,
It does.
I mean, like, they're, you
Soccer.
know, yeah.
Right.
No,
Like
I know, it's a big thing.
The fact that he only has like pitch kings, like,
Yeah.
damn.
I mean, it's like literally when you look at it, like most expensive, like people like Immaculate because it has the RC logo more than Merlin.
Yeah.
And so I think
it's fair
like not
shots.
having the RC logo, and then also they're just, and I know these aren't like first year cards or anything, but there's so many Nkunku autos in
There
every
is, yeah.
product that like
Oh, yeah, go
I
forward,
think
yeah.
that just like the amount of product that you're gonna get of him and that general perception of like everyone has it is like gonna be very hard. Like I feel like, you know, when we break in stuff like that, like it's cool to hit an Nkunku auto. Like I'm happy, but like it's like I don't see chat like losing their heads on it. You
Not
know?
yet.
Yeah.
But until
Who
he
knows?
helps them get into Europe.
Hey, I'm saying if we're looking at a short-term investment, he's so cheap. Is he not? I saw you. I'm assuming.
Yeah,
you're
he's
looking.
cheap. I mean, Mwani's actually a lot more expensive than I thought he
That's-
was.
that's-
Milani's very expensive.
I-
actually.
That was a lot more. I did not expect that.
You know
at
how I
all.
knew that? I did my fucking research,
Oh,
man.
bro, you don't have to throw the F on at me, man. I'm on your side.
Oh,
That's
man.
the
We're just
question.
catching strays.
But yeah, that's maybe some honorable mentions. I know there's just so. See, the cool thing about soccer cards in specific is there's just so many rookies that you can literally, if you just do the nitty gritty, you get that one rookie that no one's talking about, buy them on pennies on a dollar, and literally flip them for 3x in a month. Right, that's the difference with with American football, basketball, those sports that are like really popular. You already know who's gonna be good.
Yep.
Right, they're already made. Here it's like you don't know, so that's what's super cool. Is like our list is gonna be so different from your list, and you guys should throw down what you guys think in your comments. Like who are you chasing? If you don't mind throwing it down, because there's so many. Any honorable mentions? Like I know
Ramos.
Gonzalo Ramos, he kind of got forgotten a little bit.
One Merlin.
Right?
He's had a rough season at PSG.
Osimhen, right?
Osimhen.
He's gonna hopefully get that transfer.
I mean, Nunez is playing well as well, but
Yeah.
I was thinking like this year, like I just was on the fence about. I mean, I thought John would mention Boniface, but like that was an obvious
Yeah.
one.
No, we would talk about him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Rooney from Copenhagen, his goal, he's actually been performing really well in the league, so I think that's an interesting one.
Rasmus.
Rasmus is an interesting one.
I think he's only in 2 sets as well.
Yeah,
Serie A and Chronicles.
The Schruloop guy, Andre Schruloop.
Shalarup.
Salute.
Balogun.
Yeah, Balogun is such an easy. I mean, we talk about Balogun.
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, I felt like we could have mentioned
Any
that
USA American that's potential to play, and he has like 1 or 2 rookies, it's an automatic buy.
Yeah, and I think that was it for me, really. I think the only one that I'm waiting on whenever they do get cards is Paez, just because I really do think he's the truth. But he's going to have so many cards. That's the only reason why I didn't mention him. He's going to be in 40 different sets, and I'm going to be collecting all of them.
I have a funny one where I don't think it's gonna happen because he's too old and
Okay.
But he's only in one set, so it's more of a numbers game.
Which is
Eddie and Katia. I know. I told you I don't think it's gonna happen, but like,
That hat trick really changed a lot. That's all I got to say.
No, I'm not-
Ketia is not the best striker on this team. Balogun should be on this team. And Ketia scores a hat trick. Oh man, he's the best player in the world.
no. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that, and I do think Arsenal's gonna sign another striker. To be fair, but he has been impressive. He's wearing the legendary 14 shirt, and he's only in one set. And he's a Haaland boy.
sick, man. But like other sets to look into that might be interesting is we've obviously just named like very very little prospects that we could name, but ways to look for prospects that like resources that I like to do is look at Merlin, look at the prospecting sets, right? We talk about Merlin a lot. Merlin's really elite in that. You also have Chronicles. Chronicles has like those random like players, like players from Verona, just like those little things could make a big difference. Like Colascio,
yeah.
right? We've been talking about him. Like those little players, those are really fun picks to do. The sticker game is a different story. If you're first to market, you're gonna be making wacky money. Like
the people who got onto the Mitoma stickers and the Kavicha sticker. The Mitoma Epoch cards and the Kavicha stickers.
That's the Japanese set. Like you look at those sets where the other countries has licensed sets. I'm thinking about Guler. Guler, before he had Merlin, he had that one set from Turkish league that was sponsored by that was made by Topps. So like those are things that you could do to really play that game. Like I think one day what we're gonna do is we're gonna get like one like those I call them like the super arbitragers, like those guys know what they're doing. Maybe get these guys on the podcast one day. So
we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, so. We don't. But yeah, I think that was a great podcast, guys. And make sure to rate and subscribe. Make sure to like it. Make sure to join the Discord. That's how you get first access to our breaks, and also you can ask any questions and make it interactive right here. So.
Oh yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add?
No, it was fun.
Cool. Love you guys. Talk to you guys soon.
Peace.